at -1, and then another I end up with -I, and another I end up with 1, and work my way through. Every 4 powers, you go back through the process. So what if I asked you, what is I to the 105th? I've got votes for I. I've had some negative I's.
-1.
I got a -1. Anybody want to vote for 1? Okay, we got at least one vote for 1. We got to vote for all of them. How am I supposed to figure it out?
Subtract 1 from that and then divide by 4.
Divide by 5? I don't think 5 is what I want to divide by. How often does it repeat itself? 4. So if I divide by 4, I'll find out how many times I went through the process, and then how many more times I've worked my way into the next 4 along the way. So if I divide 105 by 4, I get 26 1/4, or 26 remainder 1. So I went through the process, this one, this one, this one, this one, 4 times, 26 times, and how much did I start over again? How far did I get?
1 month.
To the first one. So that's I. If I had a remainder of 2, I would have gotten to -1. If I had a remainder of 3, I would have gotten to -I. And if I didn't have a remainder at all, then I had gone through the process a full set of 4 times, a whole number of times. So you don't actually have to raise I to the 105th to find out what it is. That's, by the way, why we give you such ridiculous numbers, because it takes care of that problem. Now, one of the things we mentioned in the objectives was complex conjugates. How do you find the complex, or what is the complex conjugate of a complex number? Well, basically what you do to get the complex conjugate is you take whatever is in front of the imaginary part and change to the other sign. So in this case it's plus, so you would change to minus. The complex conjugate of this would be 3 minus 2i. You don't do anything to the real part, you just change the complex part. What would be the complex conjugate of -2 plus I? -2 minus I. Don't change that. The -2 stays there, just the plus becomes a minus. What would be the complex conjugate of 5i? -5i. There is no real part, you didn't have to worry about it. What about 1 minus I? Would be 1 plus I. And finally, the complex conjugate of 5. 5, because there is no imaginary part, whether you add or subtract 0i, changes nothing with your 5. Why do we care about complex conjugates? Well, the reason we care is the following. When you multiply a complex number by its conjugate, something really nice happens. So go ahead and multiply these together. Let's find out what that is.